So Australia does have a strong domestic market. As of November this year, the domestic demand reached about slightly about 20% of pre-COVID levels, and it is increasing about 2 to 3% month on month. Given this situation, that might reduce slightly based on how passengers' confidence. But when in terms of we speak about the bullish remarks from different carriers, they're speaking about their domestic capacities fulfillment. And yes, carriers like Virgin and Qantas would reach about 70% of their domestic capacity in Australia, given the holiday season that's coming in. And because of restrictions on international, majority of the demand of the passengers would be directed towards the domestic, and that will give that growth.
Yeah, the Qantas CEO, in fact, saying that it expects to reach 115% of its pre-COVID domestic capacity by April, with its low-cost offshoot Jetstar reaching 120%. Is there really that kind of pent-up demand out there for domestic operations and domestic flights? And also, we're only talking about 2 airlines. We know that there are several others that operate in Australia. You just mentioned Virgin as well, and of course Regional Express, which has started flying between jet services between a number of the major capital cities as well.
You're absolutely spot on there. It's not only Rex, but there's Bonza that's coming up. That's again a low-cost carrier. And what will happen is it will create a huge capacity in the market. And there is demand, but it's still unknown. It's that whether that demand is equivalent to that capacity that is expected to come up, a huge amount of capacity only for domestic. Because given the situation, it's still expected that Australia will remain largely closed for a couple of more months as well, given the situation. But the states are opening up, interstates, and that will drive the demand. But airlines have to be watchful about the new airlines competitors that are coming in the business. And it was earlier, let's say, only Qantas and Virgin, but now we have Rex, as you mentioned, and Bonza that will give a tough competition to these established airlines.
What about the international side of the equation when it comes to, of course, parts of the world like Australia and New Zealand that are still effectively closed off to all but their own citizens? We know that Australia pushed back the arrival of people on a variety of visas, including people on working holidays and also student visas as well, by a couple of weeks because of the Omicron variant. Does the international recovery, is that really predicated on these international border restrictions essentially being lifted completely, like we're seeing in large parts of Europe?
Talking about the stats, first of all, currently in the region, let's say for Australia, the international demand is less than 3%. And given the opening of visas from 1st December, it was expected that we would reach about at least 10% of the pre-COVID levels by end of this year. But given the delay by about a couple of weeks, that's highly unlikely. And given how Australia has been cautious, even New Zealand for the last couple of months we have seen, it will take some time. It will take at least by end of 2022 that we see numbers reaching close to North America and Europe in terms of international demand.